We are just continuing with the problem solving on acid and bases. I think we were at 7.2.2, if that's correct. The way now they say to us, explain your answer why HCl is a strong acid. We said please just say it ionized completely in water to form high concentration of hydronium ions. Fine. And then in 7.2.3 they say write down the name of the indicator that is most suitable for this reaction. Therefore the indicator now will be methyl orange. Yes. And then now 7.2.4 they say explain your choice of indicator. They say it is a titration or a reaction of a strong acid and a weak base. Then 7.2.5 they say calculate the number of moles of ammonia in the 25 cubic centimeter of the ammonia given. Remember, in the given statement, as I said, underline 25 cubic centimeter of ammonia of 0.1 mole per dm cube is in the solution now. So you can calculate the number of mole given volume and concentration. We just say number of mole of ammonia NH3 will be the same as CV, which will be concentration 0.11, volume you just shift the comma 3 times, they become 0.025. Therefore the answer will be 0.0025 mole, or people can write 2,5 by 10 to exponent minus 3. So it's fine, that one as well. That's how you calculate the number of moles in this case. Fine, we move on with the calculation. The next question, which is the last one, 8 marks, very good. Now they say to us, calculate the pH of the final solution if the concentration of original HCl was 0.1. Remember, in this case we are given HCl reacting with ammonia, forming ammonium chloride. So what we know from ammonia, we already given, it was 25 cubic centimeter, concentration of 0.1 mole per dm cube. Then we found the number of mole as 0.0025 mole. HCl, we are given 40, this one 40 cubic centimeter. Now they are telling us that the concentration is also 0.1 mole per dm cube. Now we need to find firstly the number of mole of HCl. That's our first mark. We'll just say number of mole of HCl. In this case will be CV, which is the same as 0.1 multiplied by 0.04. The answer will give you 0.004 mole, which those who want scientific notation, you will have 4,0 by 10 to exponent minus 3 mole. No problem. What you need to do, remember this one's are in the ratio 1:1, therefore it's easy. If they're in the ratio 1:1, the smaller one is limiting. But if it was not ratio of 1:1, remember, you need to divide these moles by the ratios, the coefficient of those, so that you get them to the ratio of 1:1 before you can know that the small one is limiting. Therefore, you can just now conclude that since this one 25 is less than 40, then we'll have therefore ammonia, therefore NH3 is limiting reagent. The reason will be 0.0025 mole is less than 0.004 mole. That's our reason. Then from there we come to the number of mole in excess, because now ammonia will be completely used up. HCl is in excess, therefore the number of HCl in excess in this case will be now, therefore the initial moles, which is 0.004 minus the one that will be used with the, because ammonia dictates, then it will be 0.0025. Therefore the difference here will be 15, I think, which will be 0. 0.0015 mole. I think that will be the case in this case. So that is the number of mole of in this case the HCl that will be in excess. Now we have to find the concentration of HCl in excess. Now HCl in excess. Be careful in this case, because now in this one the volume must be V1 plus V2. Please know that when you're calculating the concentration in excess, you're going to add the two volumes, which means that it will be 0.0015 divided by the volume according to the given information was what, 40 plus this one, which is 65, then will give us a 0.065. Therefore the concentration here will give us something like 0.0375 mole per dm cube. That is the concentration that will be in excess of HCl. But remember, we don't want the concentration, we want this one, the pH. From this one, we know you can do it, but it's not necessary. You can move from here to the pH. But for those that are maybe not understanding this one to that effect, we can just create another step and say because the pH has got hydronium ions, therefore the concentration of hydronium ions is the same as the concentration of HCl, which will be the same as 0.0375 mole per dm cube. But if you know there's no need for this one, you just move from here to the pH and just write the pH formula. pH equals to minus log of concentration of hydronium ions. Thank you. And then from here you just say minus log of, you substitute 0.0375. remember, if it was sulfuric acid, we can say times 2. Yeah, because we know that the concept of hydronium ions in sulfuric acid is 2 times that of the sulfuric acid. So in this case it's just the same. Then from here you find the final answer, which will be 1.43. That is the pH. Remember, pH has no units. This will be the answer. Very important, please master this method of finding the final solution. So determining the final solution of this one, please remember that you will be obliged in many a case to know the steps that needs to be followed. Yeah, the steps in a nutshell that needs to be followed when you are finding this one. Let me just try to explain a few things. We have got a few minutes now. The first step, calculate, find a number of moles of each. Number of moles of each. That's what you have to do. So each reactant, let me just be explicit, each reactant. Then 2, once you find that one, you have to now determine the limiting. Determine which one is limiting. Determine the limiting reagent. Limiting reagent. Remember, there are methods that you can use. The easiest one, you just divide by the ratios. The small one is limiting. Easiest that. Once one is limiting, then the other one will be in excess. Then we have to find now the number of moles in excess. So once you find the number of mole in excess, this process is 2 marks mainly. So then once you find the number of moles, you have to now find the concentration now of the excess moles. Concentration of excess moles. The excess moles, because the one substance will be having that excess moles. Find that concentration. Be careful here, please. The volume, the V equals to V1 plus V2. If you are given only one volume, the other one will just take it as 0. It's fine. Therefore, number 6, once you find the excess moles, then you can now, if it's a base, it will be long. If it's acid, you just, if acid, then in this case we'll just find the pH. You can just find the concentration. Find the concentration of hydronium ions in that acid, Fine, and then the next step, find the pH. Find pH. So that's the case, using the pH formula. But if it's a base, it's a bit longer. If it's a base, the one that is in excess is a base. If is a base that is in excess, base in excess, then now we must firstly find concentration. Find concentration of hydronium ions now, using KW. Remember the KW story. Then from there, now once you have found that one, then you can now determine the pH. Fine, so that's the case. But if it's other bases, remember, somehow you'll find that if it's not sodium hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, or potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, you need to find first the concentration of OH minus before you can deal with the KW. I think that's how you determine the final pH. Sometimes you can give you the final pH and say go backwards. So if you know these steps, it's easier to go backwards, because you know that if I made the pH, I must first calculate the concentration of hydronium ions. If I know hydronium ions, I know those hydronium ions are in excess, then I can find the concentration of that substance that was in excess. And then if I know it's in excess, then meaning that now I can now know it was in excess from what was the initial. So you will deal with that. So I think it explains the whole process. Hopefully we'll try to practice with similar questions that are in need of these steps, so that you practice these steps. If questions come, then you're not going to be found wanting. You'll know how to deal with it. Good luck in your exam. Good luck in similar questions when you're dealing with them. And don't forget to always subscribe so that you get information. You will be the first one to get notification of the new videos that are uploaded. Then thanks a lot until we meet in the next session. Bye.